Hey crew, welcome back. It's Dr. Jared here. We are going to deliver again. You voted. Pistol was on your list and we want to be able to deliver on that level. So we're going to talk about 12 focus points towards developing and conquering the pistol. And you're like, whoa, 12? Yeah. Unfortunately, it's a lot. A lot of people struggle with the pistol. It's one of those things. It's kind of like the double under. You either have it right off the bat or it's just this grind in terms of developing it over time. So we're going to take this through there. Just know there's going to be a cheat sheet. There's going to be a lot of work here. So it's not like, oh, we go through this video and magically I have the pistol. No, we're going to start to identify where you fit within this process and start to clear up that process of where am I at? Where's my next step? What do I need to focus on? And how do I self-evaluate my progression so that I don't overwhelm my system or get blocked because of frustration. So we're going to get right into it here. Mobility, stability, balance, strength, easy, right? It's super simple. Well, if you have it, it is. But if you don't, man, is it a grind with this pistol, being able to develop the mobility and then to stabilize that mobility, you know, as you're getting new range of motion, because your body just doesn't naturally understand how to hold on to positions. So we have to stabilize that. We have to really work with our balance and we have to transition our strength so it's there for us in these new positions so we can be powerful and safe. So I kind of laugh and say, yeah, that's easy. Well, it's not, okay? Mobility is where we probably need to start more than anything with the pistol for most variations. We have to really focus on developing range of motion through the hips, through the quads, through the calves, through the arches. So that sounds pretty much like the entire lower extremity. Yep, you caught on real quick there. We have to get a lot of mobility through the front part, the inside, the outside, the back part of the leg. It's just, you're going to start to realize, man, I really have to have full range of motion to dominate the pistol. Yeah, you do. And so it's a great movement to accomplish because upon accomplishment, number one, you did something really hard, but number two, all of that range of motion is now available for you on your other movements. So we'll continue progressing here with the movements. We go to a basic squat, then we like to take you to a narrow front lunge. We like to take you to loaded variations of the squat, really a narrow squat and or a narrow front lunge with some load there to kind of press you down into position. Then we increase some elevation, so we're up on a box or potentially a couple of plates. We do some box variations. We're on top of the box and allowing our leg to drop down so the floor doesn't block us. And then we progress to the real deal. So we see there's a lot of mobility. There's a lot of progressions that eventually end up at the real deal. And just like the double under, if you skip those foundational steps, you're just going to get frustrated and potentially injured just trying to do more and more pistols. We'll get right into it here. Super fast progression through everything ending with an okay-ish pistol, meaning I don't have these. I mean, I have them, I can do them, but they're not something I'm putting on the fridge and saying, hey, look at me, mom, I'm fantastic. No, I have a lot of work still to do here, but I do want you to know that's okay. I can still do them. I can do them and not be in pain. So again, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to realize where you're at and continue to progress. So we'll speed through this right now. You'll see Eric is going to get super fast in his workout. So if you know Eric, just tell him he's amazing. I'm getting into some pistol variations here. I go to some squatting runners variations here, really trying to open up the hips, but kind of match what position I need in the bottom of that pistol. I don't do a whole lot of hamstring stretching because my hamstrings are real strong, or excuse me, real long in terms of being able to get into position, but reference the hinge, flexion, hinge. Here's my quad stretch. This is probably something I need to spend way more time on, opening up those quads. I get into my calves. There's a straight leg variation. I go to a bent leg variation, working the calf down into the Achilles. Again, we'll have a cheat sheet here so you can reference these, but I just want you to give you a quick understanding of how long this takes. This is an 8 times speed, so I'm taking quite a bit of time and probably not even enough time as I go through there. There's another variation of working the big toe into the arch, something I really struggle with, and it's good for people with plantar fasciitis and Achilles tendonitis. Now we go into my squats. Yep, just going to go through my squats, holding that bottom position, start to refine things. You'll see my ankles or my heels kind of flare up. I'm in minimalist shoes just to show kind of my struggles with this. But there's the narrow front lunge. Here is what we call a razor curl. Now you could do this on the on the GHD, but that's another way to do it if you don't have a GHD. This is kind of the narrow stance squat with a little bit of weight assist. You see my feet are coming up. I'm just really trying to grind those heels down, start to work things down to the ground. Now I'm going to go into some elevation here. So this is kind of where I start kind of getting pistol-like and starting to work that and really get the idea of the stability and the balance for the range of motion that I have. So for a lot of people, those other ones are kind of plain Jane. This is where I start getting more like the movement I'm trying to work. And I love this elevated one. You notice my toe was pointed back. I think that's a great way to start decreasing the off leg assistance and really working that leg that you're going to have to use. Here, the box, we're just kind of dropping straight down on top of that. So we're taking the floor out of the equation. You can pinch against the box, just anything that gets you a little bit more balance assistance. See there, I'm kind of putting my foot down just to kind of work on that position and get better with it. Then what I'll do is start working kind of more of what would look like a pistol. I get that leg out in front and I'm trying to work the strength in this position in an area where I can kind of bail out of there real quick. Then I get to the real deal. With this, these aren't my game time pistols. It's more, hey, I'm trying to make the most perfect pistol I have on that day. And you see that is an okay-ish pistol. Heels flying up. Used to fly up about 4 inches. Now it's about an inch in minimalist shoes or a zero heel toe drop. So I'm pretty happy. I'm very pleased with that, but do I have a lot of work to do? Absolutely, yes, we all do if we don't own these in terms of range of motion. So don't fret, work hard, go through the pistol progression or go through the cheat sheet to help you along, find where you're at. Don't waste your time killing your knees. Find where it starts getting tough and start hanging out there and be patient with your progression through that. Now we will look and say keep it up. Keep up with us at hpcmovebob.com. Thank you so much for the shares and the follows. Keep that up. It's a heck of a lot of fun. If you have questions, don't forget to comment in there so that I can get you good information relatively quickly. Also, if you want to follow us on Instagram, we're at HPCDrJ, as well as on Facebook at healthandperformancecenter.com. Folks, I hope this really helped with your pistol progression, finding where you're at and understanding where to go from there in this long journey that is the development of the pistol. Good luck.